Hello YouTube. This is a weird experience for me. I'm back on my YBR as I'm off to see if I can sell the baby. My first bike. Possibly going bye-bye. And I actually can't get used to it again. It's just so lacking. I've stalled it a couple of times already as well. I feel like a noob. And I'd forgotten how further forward the foot pegs are as well, which I keep on going to put them at the position where they are on my XJ6. This bike has served me well, but it is time to pass on the mantle. Some other learner needs a bike out there. Selfish of me to hold on to it. Therefore I'm heading out to what I've heard is a reasonably reputable garage who've started doing used bikes. Mr. Pigs, just outside of town. Was going to take it there for the MOT, but since it needs a new back tyre as well, the amount of money that I'd spend to end up then selling it, I'd be just taking that hit straight off. It does feel strange because it's a completely different seating position as well. The back to the upright sort of thing, as opposed to the slightly hunched over it that I am on the big bike, which will soon to become just the bike as opposed to the XJ6 or the big bike. It's like this conversation I've had with some folk in the past. It's like naming your vehicles. And it's something I've never actually done at all. Not even my cars in the past. I did have one that my friends referred to as, it was a sort of like the Jedhead, which is a bit of a, I'm not too sure if it's just a Scottish slang term or a British slang term, but the registration ended in 4SKN, so they kept saying, foreskin, it's your Jedhead! Your Jedhead being slang term for your foreskin. For me it was always still just the car, or later on I think it also became known as that piece of shit, which actually I think that's what I called my last car as well before I sold it. Are you seeing a pattern? Cars and me don't get on too well. When I was younger, it was coming back. No. So I've had 3 accidents, sorry, in a car in my time. Let's see, 2 of them are my fault. Both of those ones not including any other vehicle. The second one was I was rear-ended and then concertinaed in between another car because they stopped. I stopped a millimetre, about an inch away from their bumper because I was driving closer than I should have been, and then the car behind me was driving even closer than that and smashed into me, throwing me into the car in front. But my other 2 ones, first ever car accident was, I'd been to the cinema with my girlfriend at the time, and we were on our way back, and it's some twisty roads, which I'm looking forward to having the opportunity to ride on the bike at some point when I go up to Scotland. And it had been raining, so I start to take a turn, and the car doesn't actually turn because I'd started to aquaplane. I didn't panic. I eased off the acceleration, just as you're meant to do, just to let the wheels get contact again. Thing is, what I had forgotten to do was straighten the wheel out. I gained contact, and the car spun, and that's when I panicked. So in my panic state, I can't remember what I tried to do, but to sort of kill the spin, and ended up causing the car to sort of ricochet around the other direction. and I went smashing into a field. And now what I will point out now is the movie that my girlfriend and I had went to see was Final Destination. Yeah, that made for a funny moment. And for the disclosure, I'll mention the third accident on the way to work. Stop-start traffic. And there's a very tight left-hand bend with really strange traffic rules. Like one of those cases where I thought the traffic had started to flow properly again, so I start moving off, only to discover that it hadn't. So I slam on the brakes, and my brakes, well, weren't as responsive as they should have been. I'm just sort of seeing the irony here, I suppose, based on my video from the other week. So I had that split-second decision to make of, do I smash myself into the back of the car in front of me, or do I throw myself off the road and take any damage just myself? Took the decision to flick the wheel to the left and went into a ditch, side by side with the car that I would have crashed into. They glanced at me and then drove off. Dicks. But yeah, amazingly enough, I didn't really do any damage to the car at all. I got it towed. It cost over like £100, only for me to later discover I could have got it for free through my bank, as I had breakdown cover in the AA. But I didn't know that. But hey, live and learn.